It is human instinct to avoid painful situations. That's why, when we touch a hot pan, we reflexively take our hands away. When we face a challenging task, a component of our brain misinterprets the difficulty as pain. To put it another way, we often avoid difficult tasks because we mistakenly believe they are painful. Hi guys, welcome to Inspiration Plug. In this video, I will show you how Sigma males make difficult tasks easier notwithstanding how dreadful the tasks are. 1. Begin right now. Sigma males understand that procrastination is the thief of time and that when a molehill becomes a mountain, the fear grows until you confront it. That means all you have to do now is get started. Once you get started, you'll see your strengths and flaws. Breaking the task down into smaller chunks makes it appear more manageable and even pleasant. 2. Make a distinction between the difficult and easy parts. Every task has its difficult and simple parts, and Sigma males are prone to separating the difficult from the simple. You can choose the type of work that best suits your mood once you've separated the two. Assume you prefer to work late in the morning. The hardest tasks for this time period can then be chosen. If you have a low energy level in the late afternoon, do work that is simpler and requires less mental effort. 3. Find someone who is willing to assist you. Sigma males are regarded as lone wolves. This does not mean they stay in isolation even when it is glaring they need help. Sigma males go all out seeking help when the task is beyond something they can handle. Because of the amount of labor that lies ahead of you, a difficult task is dreaded. You have the impression that you won't be able to handle anything on your own. You shouldn't, either. As a result, finding someone to assist you is critical to your emotional well-being. This person can serve as a creative sounding board as well as somebody to whom you can vent when things don't go as planned. Look for someone who doesn't have all of your strengths. Match yourself with someone who can compensate for your flaws while complementing your talents. 4. Consider whether you are the best person for the job. Sigma males never force themselves to fit in when it is glaring they can't. You can't put a square peg into a round hole and expect it to fit. Some jobs are simply not a good fit for you. You can't possibly be good at everything. When you work for someone, you may not have the authority to refuse a project. As a result, the preceding point is even more crucial. Adding members to your team will enable you to work on tasks that are a good fit for your skills. If you are given work that you dislike on a regular basis, you may need to make a change. You owe it to yourself to undertake a job that makes you happy. 5. Establish a clear vision of the end result. Sigma males envisage the end of a task from the beginning. Sometimes tasks appear difficult because we are unsure of what success entails. For example, you may believe that writing your essay assignment is difficult since you are unsure of what your teacher is looking for. You may believe it's difficult to construct a family budget because you've never seen a solid example of a successful family budget. Before you give up on a task because it's too difficult, figure out what you want the end result to look like. 6. Look at your options. This seems self-evident, yet I'm amazed at how often people fail to use their resources when things get difficult. If you're putting off doing anything because you don't know how to accomplish hard things, keep in mind that there is an exact answer for your specific inquiry out there. So go out and find it. The resources you use will be determined by the task. People, technology, and the objects around you can all be considered resources. 7. Take pleasure in the emotional challenge. Difficult undertakings are typically avoided due to the potential for discomfort. You're concerned about becoming upset, furious, or unhappy. Acknowledging these emotions is an excellent place to start when it comes to increasing your emotional power. When you engage your emotional development at work, you can use a challenging issue to become more patient, relaxed, or just quicker to release frustration. 8. Work on it every day. You may realize at the end of a long day that you didn't accomplish half of what you set out to do. This usually occurs because you chose to do light work rather than heavy lifting. To feel fulfilled at the end of the day, start with the harder things first, then loosen off as your energy wears off. You'll be surprised at how much you were able to accomplish by the conclusion of the week. Knowing how to do hard things is a critical habit and life skill. There will always be hard tasks we have to handle, whether for school, work, or home. The first step in doing difficult tasks is recognizing that their perceived difficulty is the reason for our procrastination. Don't forget to leave a comment on ways difficult tasks can be made easier.